Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's cut our do not disturb on. Make sure we're all good. Hi, Eddie. You'll be watching while painting. Your package leaves today. So get ready, get your package. Got it all ready for you today. Well, yesterday, so it should go out today. When I finish with the live, I'm going to go to lunch and then I'll drop it in the mail, drop it in the post. Hi, Isaiah. Miss you. Blake is here in the studio. He's sleeping. So if y'all hear any backdrop noise, I have my cancellation on. So hopefully you won't hear anything. I saw how good it worked when Crystal was here in the studio. So we will see. But there's some we got the plumber. I think it's the plumber. I don't know. That's not my lane. I'm gonna be slapping paint on paper over here. So we're gonna give it a little bit. I decided to go and push the live button. And that way that gives the whatever the algorithm, whatever that thing is that needs to let everybody know, to check and make sure that all the buttons and are working. It is World Watercolor Month, and today we're going to be just splashing some paint on the paper. Probably put some flowers. I did this one last night, and it's my version of a poppy field filled with love, peace, joy, and grace. So, yeah, I painted it and put my little blobs on there first, and then I kind of drew over it. Then I put some butterflies in it. Why? You can't have a field without butterflies. I mean, at least in my yard right now, that's what's going on. So, hey, Barb. Hi, Zal. Lively. Alicia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Done. So, today, good morning, Morena. Are you finished with your walk? Listen, y'all. It's just day 9 of having fun with World Watercolor Month. Blake saying he already agitated. He's like, wait a minute. Thought I was gonna sleep without you talking. Well, sorry, Blake. We're doing it this morning. Yeah. Oh, and here's the other one. I did this one last night too. So we did some slapping some paint on some paper. Um, just for a thing. Yeah, it was a nice walk. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And for those that wasn't here during the weekend, the guest that I had in the studio along with Crystal and Bernadette was Morena, who is in chat, who is my daughter in love. Super duper excited to have her here in the chat. I liked when she was in the studio. I'm just saying, I really do miss the girls being in the studio. I didn't realize it would be so much fun. Now, could I do it every day? Probably not. Me and Bernadette probably could. I have to have a little peace and quiet. And when I tell y'all Crystal's on 10 every single day, all day, that's it. So we spend all day usually doing this right here, which is telling her to turn the volume down a little bit. But right now, the way things are going in the world, I was pretty happy to have all of that energy come into the ranch and just leaving like little sprinkles of joy everywhere her foot touched. She even walked around the ranch with me. And so as she walked, we pray. And those are the kind of people you kind of need in your life. Somebody that keeps you in check. Even if I am not the one that's going to show up and I'm not on 10. I'm probably on 2 or 3. It depends on what we're doing. Because even when I'm slapping paint on paper, I'm still not overly excited until I do something that be like, oh my goodness. Y'all know how I was with the gel print. There's a video for that. Hi, Ava Lee. How are you? So today for World Watercolor Month. 2026. Today we're going well, the thumbnail says color splash background. We'll see if we make it there. I'm going to start out with a page. I'm going to start out with a page. I don't know where the blank page is going to end. I don't. Usually I don't. I don't know. I really don't. I had something else I was going to show you, but oh, if you wasn't here yesterday, These are the ones that were created yesterday with washi tape. I put washi tape around and painter's tape. So these are the ones from yesterday. Look how they dried, and you can see like they're even prettier. So I'm gonna go to y'all know that store, and then I'm gonna see if I can find a frame to frame them so that they can get sent to their new owner at the end of July. They can't go now because we have to show all of the things that we do every day for World Watercolor Month. Like to kind of give you a little splashback, from yesterday. So happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to Create Joy Studio. I am Karen McCoy, the real Karen McCoy. You can't duplicate me. You can't try to steal me because I'm trademarked. I'm so glad that you're here today as we continue to celebrate, World Watercolor Month. Today, I want to have a little conversation about how much joy and peace and giving ourselves permission to create happiness right where we are, like literally right where you are right now. I'm off a walk, I'm off sitting on the porch. And then I just walked to the mailbox. The mailman hasn't run yet, but it is right where I am as I was walking across the yard through the high grass because it's a little high. It lets me know, okay, we're going to mow a little bit. But it's just another day to make your heart happy. Not because everything around you is perfect, not because everything around you is, either in place or not in place, not because every answer has kind of shown up to your prayers, not because everybody understands you. Remember, I told you we are not here waiting on people to understand us. We don't worry about that. We really, really, really don't. Right? So we're not here to over explain, but because you're still here, you still creating, you're still breathing, you still get to rewrite tomorrow or the rest of today. We're not gonna worry about tomorrow. We're gonna focus on right now. So today I want to splash some color. I'm gonna splash some color on some paper. Oh, this is what I did want to do. I got a pen out. So I didn't stamp these. So we're going to kind of just go in and see y'all. Those of you that have my stamps, see how it gets done? It's really my handwriting. Yeesh. We're going to put some love over here because the world needs more love. The greatest of these is what? Love. When you're spending time figuring out how to love more, you kind of don't spend time in a stale place. Look at that. So once again, you can do. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Once again, you can, write around it, write all over it, stamp all over it. Oh yeah, Marina says she saw some turtles on a walk. Got a little turtle. Let's put a little turtle on the bottom of this one because this one's going in my journal. Kind of put a little. Gotta have a little turtle. Tara loves turtles. She named my turtles. I can't remember what their name is. We need some more. Need to juice it up. We like our ink pads juicy, juicy. Let's put one over there, and let's kind of put one right in the middle. Who says it has to go in water? My turtle can go wherever it wants to go. There we go. Okay. And I'll probably turn this into a tag. Cause see, I can cut that way and put a little thingy right there and round off the corners. See what I'm saying? Take your art, create, do fun stuff. And then later on, you get to figure out what you want to do. Hey, Lynn, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? I thought about you as I was putting baking soda in my red dye. Thought about you. So let's get our I'm gonna start out with these paints again because I'm still trying to give them grace. Hey, we don't just throw them away. I'm still trying to give them grace. So I used them last night to paint the ones I just showed you. So we're just gonna kind of I'm gonna show you how pretty they are. Very vibrant, but they're just sticky. So now that I used them last night, it's a little better. They're a little better, but I had to do a whole lot of digging. A whole lot. When I say a whole lot of digging, but they still get a little sticky. I want the water. So when you have sticky paints, then wet them up, and like when they're in pans like this that they came like this, usually let the water get in the bottom of them, and then you won't have to worry about them lifting out. But this is why I like tubes, because I like to pour my own paints. And then I don't have to worry about that. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I was going to take the edges. No worries, no worries. Because every piece of art, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece, nor does it have to be full of just flowers. See, we put words and turtles on this page, right? Sometimes it starts as a wash of color, like, I'm kind of doing right here. Sometimes it starts with, you might start with your favorite color, and then depending on how you're feeling today, it might end up being some other colors. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't don't don't put yourself in handcuffs when you're creating. Hey, Paula K, how's the weather in Barbados? Today is Monique's birthday. Y'all know Swole. Today is her birthday, and she's in, I think, St. Lucia. We were supposed to be there, but y'all know after all the travel stuff, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to go. Didn't want to deal with it. Didn't know where the world was going to be at this time. Now, even still, now that I see where the world is, I'm kind of still glad that I didn't go because I don't want to deal. It's still, the world is coming in hot right now. You know what I'm saying? It's coming in a little hot, just a little hot. And I just don't want to participate. I'm just one less person out there in the streets that they got to worry about if I'm doing something right or wrong. Um, Yesterday, I had to get off Facebook. Like literally, it was just too much. Just a lot. It's a lot. And the one thing that I can tell you, because y'all know me, as for me over here in Create Joy Studio, I do serve the Lord, and I do love God, and I do trust God, and I do know that everything that happens in my life, I'm gonna be okay. But when you're walking in your flesh, you gotta own up to the fact that you get angry, you get mad, right? You still you are, as we all will say, that we were born into this sinful world, but that doesn't mean we have to walk it out 100%. Me personally, I live with God as my pilot, not my co pilot. He's the pilot of everything that happens in my life, right? Because I know that I'm not the one that controls everything, right? And as soon as I realize, hey, Zal, wait, I said hey to you up there. Yeah, wait, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Listen, I just put your card up. But for me, I'm not here to beat brow or whatever. I just tell y'all how I live this life, and how I wake up every day and decide on purpose that I'm choosing my joy. I'm choosing my peace. Just like I'm choosing these colors. Are these colors all going to end up being something that somebody would call beautiful? They may not. They be like, oh my God, I can't believe you put that color down on top of that. Over here in Create Joy Studio, we do whatever we want to do that makes us happy, because life is already doing its thing, right? Some days I'm walking through this land literally feeling sad and feeling like, how am I going to get my joy back? The sorrows of the past does have a way of still coming up in your present. What you have to do, well, not what you have to do, but what I have to do is decide, God, give me strength to make it through the day. God, you know what I'm going through right now. You know how I'm feeling. Help a sister out. Like literally help me out, right? That's not for everybody. But for me, God is my pilot. That's what I choose. So yesterday, I had a Zoom meeting with my bonus son. It was amazing. When I got off, and I kind of just I left the studio, and I was very much so full, because y'all know I like to have stimulating conversations. I do. And then when I went in the room, and I was sitting up, and I was thinking, and I was reading, and I just put the books down, cut the TV off, and I just like, you know what, Lord, I'm going to sleep. Talk to me in my dreams. Show me what you want. Continue. Because I'm here for World Watercolor Month. 2026 every day. And I want to be able to inspire people to navigate each and every day, even though life is hard. Because right now we got a lot going on. You just, if you have not been on, if you don't look at the news, but you're on social media, you've seen like the mothers that are losing, that have lost their child, another one. It's just, it's sad. It makes my heart sad. I don't have to wonder. Some people be like, oh God, I wonder how that feels. I don't have to wonder how that feels. I know how that feels. You know what I mean? I know what it is to lose a child. I know what it is to have to go to the funeral home, make arrangements for not one, but two children. So at the end of it all, life is serving. When you come over here this month and hang out with me, I want you not to really stress too much about what's going on. I want you to just take some deep breaths. I want you to relax. I want you to get your journal out. And I want you to prioritize your heart, right? Because God sees the whole journey. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen 2 hours from now. I always say if we leave the house late, I always say that God kept me from maybe being in an accident or maybe something bad happening. I don't stress over it anymore. If I get stuck in traffic, I don't stress over it anymore because it could mean it's saving me for what's ahead. Now, sometimes we will get a little, fast and still try to go around and do something. We walk right into that brick wall that God tried to save us from, right? With somebody, you get a friend calls you and y'all are talking on the phone and the friend was just like, you know what, I just got this feel, I had this feeling to just give you a call, or I just had this feeling to send you a card so you can smile today. I really believe those things help us on our journey, right? That's why slapping paint on paper for me is very, very, very therapeutic. It is helping me in my emotional intelligence world. And y'all know I'm over here taking care of Karen, not taking care of anybody else, not taking care of William, not taking care of my children, but in my mental space, I am working on me, recognizing, understanding, managing and how to express my emotions in a healthy way. That way, again, when you leave the house, you don't have to worry about popping off on people. Be like, I just can't believe she said that, or I just can't believe he did that. And at the end of it all, you're not standing up there, dealing with some jerk at Walmart or at the gas station hyping you up. Next thing you know, somebody in jail. Y'all know I like to pee in private. I'm not going to jail. I don't want to go to jail. So, and I continue to be like, Lord, today ain't a day. I don't want to socialize today. I'm going to stay home. Okay. And so if I don't have to go anywhere, and if I have to go somewhere, I'm just like, Lord, just keep me while I go out here with these people. And then when I go to the Hobby Lobby, my self-management, because you're out with people and you think when you go to Hobby Lobby, you're going to meet people that are like-minded like you. Not all the time. Not all the time. You get some people that be like, got to come over here and do this. And some moms be mad because they got to go to Hobby Lobby and buy project paper for the kiddos. And so therefore she bumps into you with the basket and you turn around, and if you haven't checked yourself, and you just might turn around and be like, excuse me, you can't say excuse me. And she might come back and be like, well, you need to move out of the way. Next thing you know, you got a full-on thing going on in Hobby Lobby where it's supposed to be full of joy, right? So that's why I tell myself, listen, I need a minute before I maybe respond. But now I usually in Hobby Lobby, if that happens to me, because it has happened to me, now I just look up and smile and I'll be like, oh, you're okay. Even though I be wanting to say, now you saw me, but I don't. I don't match the negative energy because I don't know what they went through when they came out the house. I go to the drive-through, even though I'm not supposed to get food, because you go through the drive-through. It's just pretty much gonna be quick, fast, and gonna make my sugar go up. And you get the people that is not very pleasing and not very pleasant. In my mind, before I let the window down, I'd be like, you might need to go back to college. Go get you another job because you ain't good at this one. Customer service isn't your fortitude. Go. So for me, I'm learning not to pop off first. I just ask God, Lord, continue to give me the strength to indulge in the mess of the world and indulge in the mess that continues to go on in my life. Because don't take it that my life is all perfect. It's not. I still have to self-manage myself. And self-management means you learn how to control your responses. That's all it is, right? That doesn't mean that you're taking on whatever people do. It just means you pause before you speak, before you cuss them out, maybe. I mean, think before you act and choose a response that kind of lines up with who you are as a person, who you're trying to become. Hey, Darcy. I was watching some of Don Lemon this morning and thought about, listen, Zal, I had to stop watching. I was watching it and I had to stop watching it because it put me back 7 years and put me in the situation. And I just just couldn't take it. So I just cut my phone off and continue walking and just praying for, that whole situation. It is terrible. It's sad. Um, but again, I just said, Lord, I need a minute. I can't. But I can pray for the family. I can pray for the mother and the father. And it's even worse because they don't know what happened. You know, I was in the same situation. I didn't know what happened. And I mean, if I be honest, I can only tell you what the people said happened. But how many of you know the streets know more than what the police know? But I still have to continue to walk that out. And I still get upset about it, which is why I'm doing self management because a lot of times when I'm really wanting to pop off on people, it has nothing to do with what they said or who they are. It's just that maybe that day my emotional intelligence it's not good. And that's when I tell y'all, I need to stay home. I just need to find something to do. Usually I end up creating or making, literally stitching together about 2 or 3 books before the end of the day because that's me. That's the way I self manage myself, right? Because I know that I'm a better person. I don't want to be out here in these streets fussing and cussing and somebody have me on video cussing somebody out. That has never been who I am. Never been me. I never wanted to be me. And everything that has happened in my life in the last since 2019, it very well could have been me. When my daughter and granddaughter died in 2007, I stood at the crossroads and I was just like, God, like literally, what's going on, dude? What's up? Like, what are we doing? I've chosen to walk for you. I've chosen to talk for you. Like, why am I standing here by not one but 2 caskets? And God said, I need you to understand, I am the same God that gave them to you. I'm the same God that takes them away. It's the same, right? God doesn't do anything to us to make us just like, oh, I'm just going to take Karen's kids because I need her to suffer. No. And on the other side of it, I feel like he just does what he's does in my life. This is Create Joy Studio. This is me. This is my opinion. I feel like it's so that I can have more empathy for the people that I've come in contact with. You know, after Joshua was killed, I wanted to just go in the cave, like David. I didn't want to talk to nobody. And I kind of got I had to get off social media and all the things, but people knew my number. And once, the phone, I kind of start back answering phones. Other mothers were losing their children. And the friends that knew me, just like, hey, I know you done went through, this situation. I got a mother that I want you to talk to. And I'm over here like, God, what? Like, dude, I'm over here trying to figure out my own heart. Why you got people calling me? And I realized then I was navigating this grief journey because I choose to continue to trust in God. I chose to continue to let God be my pilot and not my co-pilot, right? And it worked out so much better for me. So, God sent, Confident Canvas my way and I reignited my art. Start painting. I met people that didn't know what had happened to me, but they were there like, hey, you can do this, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. That's how I met Barb, right? So have a little I don't like self-control. I like self-management. I like that word. I'm managing me. I'm not managing anybody else. I'm managing me. I'm not managing Mr. McCoy. I don't even manage the dog sometimes. I just, throw the command out there. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, they have to go in their crate. They figure it out. So when you're self-managing, you're taking care of yourself, you know? You still feel the emotions, you still know what's going on around you. You still might pop off a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're controlling you. And that's strength. And the other one, like I know social awareness. Social awareness means you can recognize what others may be feeling, even when you do not agree with them. That's where we are in the world right now. Social. You got the Republicans, you got the Democrats, you got the Christians, you got the all of the people who are using God's name to get what they want. Social awareness. You need to have a little bit, but not you ain't gotta have it all, right? It helps you listen better. It helps you just sit and read the room. You don't always have to say nothing. And then when you do say something, you maybe understand that people respond from their own fears, their own wounds, sometimes their own habits, their core beliefs, right? You need to know what you believe. So therefore, when you go fighting back or when you go putting your boundaries up, you know what it is and why you're doing it, right? Me personally, after Joshua's death, I responded out of a lot of fear because I didn't know who knew what. I didn't know whether people was there for the story. So therefore I kind of stayed back for a good little while. I only went in places where I felt safe, which was really only one place, which was hanging out with my mentor and my Sowell sisters. Other than that, I didn't go out because you never know who, like literally, couldn't have the garage open. You never know who wanted a story. Everybody wanted a story. So I understand what's going on with these parents today, right? Right now, they're going to have relationship management, how they're handling their communications so that they don't cause more conflict in their house. They have to set boundaries. And then one day they're going to have to forgive whoever the person is that took their child. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to stand face to face with the person that says that they were given, whatever to do what they did. I know what that feels like. So when you're managing yourself, remember if somebody else say something crazy to you or somebody else, just kind of, I don't know, whatever they say, these days people say some of the craziest things, me myself included, because I'm still a work in progress, but I'm trying to work on it. But I think I'm better than what I was 10 years ago. I am definitely better than I was 15 years ago. It's not that I take the foolishness, it's just that I just want to be a better person, right? Emotional intelligence becomes visible when you start not talking. Hey, Mariah, how are you? Oh, we're going on 7 years. Yes, Barb, we're going on 7 years, girl. Like we've been down the year. Seven is the number of completion. Yes. Eight is new beginnings. But let me tell you something. For me, this is why my when I talk when now that I've been on this, I'm gonna call it a kick, this emotional intelligence kick, because I found on my grief journey that going deeper into emotional intelligence kind of it helps me understand me better. It is helping me communicate more clearly what I want and what I don't want. I've only had to handle a couple of conflicts, so it lets me know that I've matured and I don't just be like, hell no, no, and keep it moving, right? I've stopped reacting out of the old pain, what people have done to me in the past. I'm trying to build healthier relationships. If they want, if they don't, then I'm okay. I'm not here to beg nobody to be my friend because I definitely ain't short on friendship. Now, associations by somebody else, I mean, I'm not short on it, right? I've learned how to set better boundaries. I have made and making better decisions in my life. And the one that means the most to me is I'm learning how to forgive without losing who I am, as in just being the people pleaser of forgiving just for the sake of trying to be in company with other people, right? I've learned how to protect my peace. And I'm learning how to live with more joy and less emotional chaos. When you're raised in the chaos of the world, you don't know. You just don't know what peace is until you really get into it. And that's what I learned after Joshua's death. I learned what peace was, like real peace. because I sat in the pain. I sat in the quietness. I believe that's why when God came to me and talked, and he's like, it's time to move. Like I told y'all, I was ready to move from Colorado in 2017, 2018. Mr. McCoy wanted to stay. I was ready to go. So then when Joshua, passed away, I was like, I got to do something different. I'm ready to go. So when God just when I, in my the dream I had, and then having the conversation with my neighbor, it's just like, yeah, go in and ask him. And he said yes. That y'all know that motion took place in less than 17 days. That's how God works. When it's time for a thing to come to an end, God will line up the road so you will have no, you will have no roadblocks. And the road to get to Easy Living Ranch, it was almost too easy. Sometimes I look at it and I'd be like, oh my God, that was just here I am. When I'm walking around on these 10 acres, I'm walking around or sitting on the porch. I'm just like, God, that just was too easy. When is the shoe gonna drop? When is the chaos gonna start? That's when you're living in the place because you're used to the chaos. And then the birds come and sits on the porch right in front of me, or the squirrel comes and it's just like, no, this is your calm. So when you're a person with emotional intelligence, you still feel anger, you still feel sadness, you still maybe have even a little bit of disappointment. Grief is still going to come in your life. You might even get frustrated. But the difference is they do not, you hear me? Do not let those emotions drive the whole car, right? Let's see. Darcy says, I'm thinking about heading in my studio. We're expecting thunderstorms. Like, oh, yeah, girl, let's go. Let's go. Darcy, I feel like we need to have a Zoom. I feel like we need to have a Zoom session, like get some people on so we can just body double in person, like on the Zoom. Just throwing it out there. Mine is flaring up later with sometimes affect. Yeah. So Darcy, I don't know if Monique was having, she was talking about her beyond the diagnosis. I don't know if I think you were on the video on the live when I was talking about that, but she's going to be looking, she's already looking for people to join her in her next anthology book to talk about your journey, to help with, to help other people, because y'all, you have things that help other people with their inflammation or the journey itself. Like I'm over here, I help people with the grief journey, and y'all help people with the what is it called, whatever the diagnosis is. Like Darcy has, what is it, rheumatoid arthritis or something like that. So Paula Kay has hers. So y'all have things that help people to move forward. So that's another thing with emotional intelligence and healing. When someone is healing, the emotional intelligence becomes very important. Like, so y'all can get together because the healing kind of brings up maybe some things that are in the body that just need to kind of be let go, and then who knows? You might relax in some way, shape, form, or fashion just by talking about it, and talking with like minded people. You might notice triggers that, like, I don't know. I can only speak from a grief standpoint. That's my lane. I stay in it, I stick to it. Right. But I do know that triggers and anger and all of the things, it works across the board. Right. Emotional intelligence kind of, it's just become my best friend. So I feel like God has brought it along. And when he put it up in front of me, I was just like, dude, what is this? Like, and as I started reading and started investigating and digging more into it, it is in line with that same other book that I love to read when life just sometimes get hard, which is my Bible, right? Look at these colors. Are these colors not making y'all beautifully happy? I want it to make you happy. That's what it's supposed to do, make you happy. Because why? It's World Watercolor Month, and with World Watercolor Month, we're over here to create joy, one brushstroke at a time. And is. And the other thing is, remember, um, when you have, Darcy calls them painty papers. When you have painty papers like artwork, and let's say it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, right? Don't throw it away. Still keep it. Hang on to it. Look at it. Maybe in a week, it'll make you feel better, right? Do a check in, right? Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. Sometimes what you thought about it when you did it, excuse me, it maybe I made a mistake over here, or I did this over here, and then it's like, in maybe a week, might turn into something you look at it and be like, oh, that's very beautiful. But when you did it, no, it maybe didn't. I don't know. But, and if you can learn that in watercolor, maybe we can learn that in life too. Literally, literally. Literally. Okay. That is why it's so important to take care of yourself first. Don't try to take care of other people first. Before you step outside into the world, before you even get up in the morning, y'all know I tell y'all, before my feet even hit the floor, I'm like, God, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for opening my eyes. Now let me put these feet on the floor and guide and direct me as into the way that you want me to go today. I check in with how my heart is. And then I was like, God, I just want peace today. But if you're going to have a little chaos today, can you prepare me for it? Right? Everybody's emotions, I don't have time for them. I don't. But before you engage with every opinion in the world, every conversation, every demand, just check in with yourself. And then it won't be so much pressure. It won't be so much pressure. Because over here on Easy Living Ranch and Create Joy Studio, I'm moving for peace and loving myself. No pressure. Everybody else don't want to do that. And those that still want to live in the chaos of the world, I don't have a problem with it. I give them over to the Lord quickly. Because when you take care of yourself first, you do not have to step into the world empty. Remember, living with God as my pilot. So I have to let the pilot know what I want. Where are we going today? I don't want autopilot. I don't want to try to direct the world. And usually when I do let go, that's when it's just easy flowing, right? Take care of you first. It's not selfish, it's wisdom, it's emotional intelligence. You cannot pour out peace into the world if you have not allowed peace to meet you first, right? I can't listen. If I wake up every day, let's say for the rest of this month, and I don't pray, I don't ask God for nothing, and then I come in the studio, I promise y'all will know the difference. I promise you will know the difference. I know the difference. I know the difference when I get up and I'll just be like, ugh, woke up with a little funky attitude, and it's just like, gosh, I'm hurting right now. Just can you help a sister out? Can you let somebody call my phone, or whatever, something. And usually somebody sends me a text or somebody calls. It happens. Or I'll get a card in the mail from one of you guys just saying, "Hey, I just want to remind you that you're on my heart today." Or Bitty Penny will send me one of those fabulous cards. I remember the day I got Paula K, one of Paula K's cards. That's how it was. I was just like, oh my God, look at this. I couldn't even remember that I woke up like in a funk that day because, at the time when I was still having to deal with the courts and deal with all of that stuff, I would wake up and like, oh Lord, what I got to do today? And then especially if it was on a calendar that I was going to have a Zoom meeting. I was just like, oh my goodness. So it would put me in a funk, right? And so I believe one of those days was the day that Paula K's card came, and it just made me feel so much better. This is why I say it's important for us to have a community that we can encourage each other. Whether we know what we're going through or not, we still need to be here to encourage each other because there's a lot going on in the world today, right? That's why I say take care of you first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't ask me for coffee if I don't have coffee in my cup and I don't have coffee in the coffee maker. I can't give you no coffee. So I have to make coffee in the coffee maker, then put some in my cup. And then when you come, you're like, Karen, can I have a little bit of your coffee? And I'll be like, sure, I got some. You can have a little bit of my coffee. But it's because I've taken care of myself, right? You cannot keep giving from a place that has not been refreshed. You can't keep asking for water at the well and there's no water there. Don't keep trying to show up for everybody else and abandon yourself in the process. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it. Y'all get that. Whoever gets it, put it in chat if you got it. Hi, Car Miller. S. McCoy. Is that my bonus son? Just is it? Oh, that was just so cute. Y'all just got my heart. Color purple. Look at Mariah. She got it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So today, let us color like this background. I really wanted to cover up every piece, every. Oh, that purple up there was very much so beautiful. Which one was it? This one? I think it was that one. No, that's brown. Where was that purple? No, it's not there. It's not there. Is it you? No. Well, I think I've contaminated it and I don't know what it is. It might be this one. Nope. That's brown. I don't want no more brown. We got enough brown. It's time to watch that again. Color purple. I love color purple. Like look, I can sit up here. We can ride out with that one. I don't know which one that purple was. This one right here. This let's see, was it you? Nope, wasn't you. As a matter of fact, I'll probably get off of here. Is it you? Nope, wasn't you. Or is my brush contaminated and I can't get it? I want that purple. Okay, that's dark. Maybe it was you. I think it was you. It was you. Yay, it was you. You need to come from out of there and put you over there. That's beautiful. Watch this, y'all. Look at this. Look at it. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Ooh, look at. How can that not make your heart happy? And it's purple. I can hear Crystal screaming. I can hear Becky. All my purple people. Ooh, the way Adrian likes orange. Who else likes orange? Like orange. We like orange. Think we got, I did every color. I feel like I didn't do every color. What color is this? I was trying to use all these colors, but some was making me happier than the other ones. Hey, Vicky, Vicky, I was on your live last night. Was it last night? No, it was the night before last. Last night, I cut off all social media. I cut off everything and went to bed. That's what I did. Because when you get fed real good, you get full and you just go to sleep. Okay, that was that one. I can only watch movies once, typically. The Fifth Element is the only movie I have watched more than once on purpose. I just watched Fifth Element the other day, Mariah. Oh no, if I like a movie, I will usually put it on and it'll be background. Like it'll be background. Like I Driving Miss Daisy, you don't even want to know how many times I've seen Driving Miss Daisy. Like it's downloaded on every device that I have. Now, Miss Daisy. Now, Miss Daisy. Got that package for me up there? Wrapped and ready to go. It was the car's fault. Mama, cars don't behave. They're behaved upon. Goodness gracious. I love me. I crack me up sometimes. I do. You gotta laugh at yourself. That's what I'm saying. Y'all create joy. Just figure out what makes you happy so that when life puts you in a situation, you'll know how to handle it. Because everyone is not going to see life the same way you see it. Everyone is not going to understand that your piece is your piece. They're not going to respect the process. Most people don't respect the process. Y'all, when I come across folks that love my process, respect me for my process, and give me the time, the room, the energy to do and be, oh Lord, they are all we look, we can hang out every day, all day. Everyone is not going to walk in the same direction you're walking in. And that's okay. Like we have a world right now that is turned upside down. Y'all know Crystal just left, so I turned everything into a song. It hadn't got out of my system yet. Y'all see how I spilled that water? I'm nice and cold because it got me. Fall on the wall floor. No, Blake, don't come and lick the water up. That was a nice spill, but check this out. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. Let's give me a piece of paper. Because we're going to use the thing that we thought was come to use that water. We're not going to waste that water. Right? Go use it. Use it. Now, I can't use the water that's on my pants. I was trying to move before it got me, but it got me. Check out this 140-pound watercolor paper. Check it out. Y'all see how that watercolor paper getting it up? Now, let's move you over here because we're going to need these over here. Oh, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. So, what is, and since we're talking about movies, what is some of y'all favorite movies? John Candy. Okay, I love Planes, Trains, and Automobile. Yeah, I like that one. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Inside Out. Yeah, I didn't see Inside Out. Some movies I'm not gonna watch. Mariah, you like scary movies? I don't today's movies, I grew up looking at Freddy Krueger and Friday the 13th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that was enough for me. I feel like we're living in some scary times, so I don't need no movies. I try to look at movies that are gonna make me laugh, especially after the death of my children. I really, really need laughter in my life. All right, watch this, watch this. We're gonna use this. Um, I can't play with that paint anymore. I gotta play with some real stuff. Not that that wasn't real paint, it's just too much work. Watch me work. Like after Joshua's death, I didn't like looking at movies. Like I didn't look at movies that anything that had to do with guns and things like that. Like, William and I was looking at a movie one day and it was just like he put the movie on, which I should have known that it was going to be a shoot 'em up, bang 'em up movie. And I just, started crying and just got up and just walked away. And so I was like, well, we can't look at TV together no more because most of the movies he liked, they're going to involve, like he likes Gunsmoke. He can look at Gunsmoke and all of those old westerns. I don't want to see 'em. I don't want to see them, you know? So, and that's just me. I don't try to say, well, I don't understand how you can look at those because everybody is different, right? The kiddos, they still look at some things and that's cool. I don't know. I end up crying. So I don't want to look at them. And when you just don't do. You just don't do it. But the funnier it is, the more I'm going to look at it. Now look at this. Watch that. Oh, look how that. See, we don't worry about when you make a mistake, we don't worry about it. We take it and we use it. Don't slap that paint on the paper and just let that water do what it do. There we go. You know what they say when the world serves you up lemons, make lemonade. I'd be like, yeah, no, I don't want to make lemonade. Make a lemonade stand for everybody, not just for you. Okay, let's see. I like the spooky ghost type movies. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Yes. Yes. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yes. Guess who's coming to dinner? Yes. Love it. Love it. I love Steve Martin. Who else? Oh my God, Paula Kay. Yes, I love Thomas Crown Affair. Both versions. Love it, love it, love it. Independence Day is a great movie. I haven't seen that one in a while though. Let me see. What is another one of my Driving Miss Daisy? Color Purple. I love Mahogany. I love any movie Diana Ross has played in. Love is nothing if you don't have somebody to share it with. I love Lady Sings the Blues, even though it makes me cry every time. I know the ending of movies. Y'all know the ending of movies and you still cry. Um, what's That Girl or My Girl? No, My Girl. I haven't seen it in a while. But and the one movie, like I love the movies like Carbon Copy with Denzel. And the one movie I did not like, I looked at it, I saw it first one time, never seen it. Most of the time, Denzel movies I can see multiple times, but Training Day, didn't like it. I did not like it. I was just like, what in the world? How are you playing this? What is going on? All through the movie. I was so glad when that movie was over with. And I like Born Supremacy. Still Magnolias. Yeah, Still Magnolias make me cry. I look at it up until the point. you know, but I felt like that. I felt like, hey, Zippy. I felt like that. So I don't like it. I like the movie, but now that because the first time I saw the movie, I was just like, whoa, that was rough. But now that I've pretty much stood beside the cemetery, I know what that feels like. Yes, I want to just punch somebody, and I did. I mean, some days I still want to punch somebody, but it's not going to solve anything. So I kind of try to keep, again, that's what we're working on our emotional intelligence over here. See how we taking these pages that water just fell on the table and just using it. I'm not didn't waste it. Just gonna use it. Fried green tomatoes. I saw that the other day. That's another one on my rotation. Can't go wrong with Jessica Tandy. Uh, I like, and then when you're looking at cartoon, the kiddos. I love Moana. I had no choice but to fall in love with Moana. Azalea, that's all she looked at. That's all would settle her down when she was younger was Moana. Like we literally bought a daggum SUV with TV in it so the kiddos, the grandkids could have not necessarily Moana, but they could have something, we get on the road. Because we used to have the grandkids every summer. But now they done got older and got mouth on them. Y'all know they talk too much. Y'all know I love me some Diane Keaton. I cried when she passed. Yes, I look. I am a Diane Keaton fan to even down to the I love my poofy skirts, love my polka dots. Her in what's that last movie her and the girls did? Book Club. That skirt was like, oh my goodness, I felt like I needed it. But if you've seen me, you know that I love me some Diane Keaton. Barb and I, we had like, hey, this is Diane Keaton. Did you know? And I was like, no, I didn't. Oh my God, Darcy, let's talk about Family Stone. Family Stone is a little triggering for me. Just a tad. Just a tad. It used to be. It's not anymore. But like when in the beginning when I first saw it, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm like in this movie. This is my life? So but again, we have boundaries. We learn better. Emotional intelligence, literally. That movie in real time. Family Stone, oh my goodness. And if you've never seen Family Stone, go check it out. Go check it out. And then come back and, inbox me later. And we'll have conversations about it. But yes. Let's see. Where's that? We're gonna do I'm letting this one. I love this one. Bonnie Tyler passed today. What? Oh, and because I said so, yes. I rewatched The Family Stone the other day. Yeah, Paula K, we can talk about. Hi, buddy. What's up, buddy? Buddy, what you doing? I love American Gangster, but I can't watch it anymore. Like I liked it, I like it, but I don't like it anymore. And like I said, anything that involves gun violence, I just can't watch it anymore. I'm still working on it. I'm still personally in personal therapy with myself because, like, it's a lot going on. Every time you cut on the daggum TV, somebody is, shot somebody. That's why I don't carry guns, y'all. I'm telling you, don't carry no gun. I am still Martha's daughter. She can carry the gun, which she does. I think everybody pretty much in my family carry guns. I'm the only one probably don't. You might even my 95-year-old grandma, she has a gun. I'm not scared of them. I just know that there are circumstances sometime in life you get put in situations and I just be like, bump this. Fire just going to fire off. The next thing you know, then I'll be in jail. I don't want to go to jail. Y'all know I like to pee in private. I like to go when I want to go. Like when I finish this live, I'm gonna get in the car, go get me some lunch, and go get me some paint because I'm out of gold. Well, I found some gold, but I want that master's touch gold that we had, that pearlescent. Oh, just beautiful. And then I have to go by the what's that drop Eddie's package off. Oh, and Wicked. I did like Wicked. Epic. I like Jumanji. I had to pull up my look. I had to pull up all of my ones. See, I looked at the Shack, but I read the book. I like the book better. The Devil Wears Prada. Oh my goodness, probably seen it about 30, 40 times. Love The Devil Wears Prada. Um, what are some others? Oh, Sex in the City, all of them. Have y'all ever seen Parker? And to let you know, if you haven't seen, I can't I can't pick just one movie. I see, you see, I can't. That's why I had to pull up my thing and open it up. But most of the movies that I like I love to sit up and just look. I love to look at a movie that I can't figure it out from like while I'm watching it. But if I can figure out a movie and it pretty much is finna get ready to go down, like, I've seen this before. I don't want to watch it. It's not gonna be too interesting anymore. Let's put brown right here. I like the way the Lord kind of pulled that water out. Now I had to take this route. This is so much better. See? Splash background. It literally splash background. Oh, and y'all, I want y'all to pray for my she's like a daughter. She worked for me. She started working for me in Dillard's when I worked in Daytona. She went to BCC and then she went in the army, and while William and I were stationed in when he was stationed in Germany, was in the bathroom one day, and I was like, God, that voice sure does sound like somebody I used to, know in the States. Because when you're way over there in Germany, you just don't expect people to just, be there. But when I came out of the bathroom, it was her. So her daughter, they found out she just texted me and told me that they found um um what do you call it? A knot on her brain, and she's only 12. She just turned 12 or 13. So y'all do pray for that. I believe God for, he'll do his will and whatever will be done. I'm not going to stress over it, but I do want you to pray for her as a mother going through that. Quite sure that's pretty rough. So I told her to keep me updated, and we'll, that's all we can do. That's all I can do. Right. Okay. I love Meryl Streep movies with the beautiful home decor. I've read Shack twice. I probably read The Shack 3 times. I love The Shack. I love the book, not so much on the movie. I liked the movie enough that I looked at it once, but I didn't. I don't know. But it was all right. But I like the book better. Y'all know they say the books are better anyway. But that was that. Um, Rush get me every time. Rush. The soundtrack is so good. I swear the Shack book nearly killed me. I cried my yes, yes, you can feel every part of it. As a matter of fact, I read the Shack in Germany, and I can tell you, William was driving, and I was reading the Shack, and we were in Belgium as we were driving, and the trip was probably like maybe 4 or 5, maybe 4 hours. I finished the Shack while we were in Belgium. That's how good that book is. Oh, it's complicated. Oh my goodness. Listen, I've lived that life. It's complicated. So that one's, remember what I said. If it kind of triggers a little bit, be like, yeah, that ain't funny. When you done lived it, you live it, you be like, yeah, okay, got that. Sometimes you have to laugh at it, but you have to get to a place where you can laugh at it. You don't be ready to laugh at it in the beginning. So some of the movies, I can look back and laugh on them now and be like, yeah, that's a little funny. What was another one? Oh, that's what I was trying to show you. August Rush has Robin Williams in it. I don't know if I've seen that. I gotta check that out. August Rush. August Rush. Is that the movie? Is that? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. August Rush. It might be the movie that I'm thinking about. No, that's not the movie. I was thinking the movie I'm thinking about. I have to put that on my list though. Check it out. Was What Dreams May Come. That's what I thought it was. Dying Young. Now that was a movie. And people ask, they like, uh, what is your what's your favorite genre? And I was just like, I don't know. But let me tell you what my favorite is it Russell Crowe? Unhinged. Oh, Ever After. Yes. Oh my God, Ever After. Yes, yes, yes. It's one of those movies too. All right. Do I have my thing on Do Not Disturb? Because text coming in. Yeah, it is on Do Not. Oh, she does have a iPhone. That's why. Robin Williams in any character, especially dramatic. Yeah. Yeah. Dreams May Come. Somebody sent me that movie, Dreams May Come, after my daughter and granddaughter passed. I cried, but it was a good movie. It was a good movie. So, and I think after my children, so if you're new to the channel and you're trying to figure out, I'm the mother of 7 children, 2 bonus children, and out of those, 2 of my children have passed. My daughter and granddaughter passed in 2007, and my son was murdered in 2019. So the slapping paint on paper saved my whole sanity, literally, so that I wouldn't go to jail and slap somebody. And I found peace in it. But I would look at a lot of movies that we had looked at together, either when he was, was a child or younger, and they just made me happy. And then till they made me sad, and that was more so that I would just be like, oh, he's not here to share in these times no more. But then at the same time, that's when my prayer was, then God, can you renew my joy? I want my joy back. God, what does joy look like after this type of loss? Like, I'll never smile again. I don't feel like I'll ever be happy again, right? And so when 2019 no 2020 came and the world had to shut down, COVID happened. um Confident Canvas invited me onto a Zoom with all these artists, like Barb was painting all these things, and I'm just like, what in the world she, asked me to come on here for? I don't know how to do none of this. None of this. But I got it's like somebody, like I wake up this paint. It's like somebody put some water on me and the creativity woke me up. It's like, wait, you did this. You know how to do this. You know how to paint. You've used to paint. You know how to do it. Let's do it. And so now slapping paint on paper is a whole thing. Slapping paint on paper is a whole business. Slapping paint on paper is my whole sanity. Like it's the thing when I want to cuss somebody out, I come in the studio and slap paint on paper. It's the thing when somebody says, well, you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And I don't understand who you are, who you think you are. It's the thing that brings me in the studio and it shows me and reminds me who I am. I am first and foremost God's child. And God has designed me to walk in a place of peace. And He's also said, back in 23, if you've been on this journey with me, I started YouTube. I came over to YouTube to hide because people were on my Facebook, people were on my Instagram, people were on my, what's that other thing? It's called X now. And I wanted to be able to still kind of create without, I still want to be obedient to God and do what He was saying, but I kind of want to do it on my own terms. How many of y'all, try to tell God what you're going to do, and then He kind of goes back and put you out there in the streets. Be like, nope, this is what I said. So I started doing YouTube, and I came over to YouTube to hide. I did. I did. I came over to YouTube to hide. Nobody was on my channel. It's just like, oh, I would hit the live button and I'd be on there doing my thing and nobody was there. And I'd be like, okay, great. I'm talking. Somebody, okay, I got 5 views on Team Replay. Okay, cool, God. All right, we cool. God's just like, no. People start coming on when I would go live. And then we started out with the five, I call them my Fab Five. And then I started feeling comfortable as I talked about my healing journey. I created on live. We did I would go live any day. I didn't have a schedule. Now I have a schedule, Mondays and Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. But then I would just hit the live button, be like, oh, I came in the studio. Let's hit the live. Let's go live. And then people were coming on and be like, hey, when you go live? I was just like, I don't know, whenever I just feel like I want to go live. So we came into 2024 with a schedule. No, 2025. Yeah, because we're in 2026 now. Came in 2020. So we did 365 days of Monday and Wednesday. And here we are, halfway through the year, still going. Hey, Adrian. So at the end of it all, hey, Jonah. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my God, Bridges over Madison County. That one's a little triggering too, because it's just like, oh my goodness. But I love that movie. That movie, the first time I saw it, I was just like, oh my God, this is a good movie. I didn't know where it was going to end. Where I said, I like most of the comic book type movies. Love True Blood. Books were better than HBO series, but still very good. Mariah, you know what? I think we just found out where our friendship has a comma. I would have to sit up and have coffee and probably sit with P while we watch some of your movies. True Blood. Ugh. Yeah, you and Mr. McCoy probably can look at movies together. I'll look at them, but I gotta be doing something. What's your favorite movie? And I know most of us now, we spend a lot of time on YouTube. But y'all know I found out like Trading Places. I love Trading Places. Um, I saw it on YouTube and I was just like, no way. So now when I put watch Trading Places on YouTube, because on Prime they want to charge me for it, but on YouTube it was free. It was a TV version. Because when he didn't say the cuss word, I was just like, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, but all the movies that's on YouTube. So it's cool. But hey, Bernadette, that's why I was like, she is my thing on Do Not Disturb. And I was like, oh yeah, she do have an iPhone. But yes, Barb, the Fab Five, and out of the Fab Five, I text Dawn texted me the other day, as a matter of fact. She's the only one that she's on her sabbatical. I mean, she's almost getting ready to be on it a year. She's in no rush to come back. I love Eddie Murphy. Um, So tell me, what's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie? What's your favorite Denzel Washington movie? Um, and Robin Williams. Let's go with them. And y'all probably gonna have to keep me straight on who I just said, because I'll forget. I remember if I look in the chat. And what was the boy? Oh, the Blues Brothers. I like the Blues Brothers. And then put in, what's your favorite TV show? Like back in the day, what was your favorite show? I love the Waltons. Like I love the Waltons so much that somewhere in life, probably about 20 years ago, I had to come into reality and realize that the script was being written for each one of the children, the mom and the dad. Life was not that easy. It was not going to be that easy. So I had to come into reality. And so when I got divorced from, the first time, my first husband, I got divorced and I was just like, oh, well, this is going to be great. Co-parenting, and it was going to be great. Right. I looked at too much TV and just like, well, they can do it on TV. I forgot those people were having scripts written. I was like, well, wait a minute. Didn't you get the memo? Like, no, it's not supposed to be this way. This is not how Ma and Pa did it. Like, y'all. And then when the Cosby came out, I just like, wait a minute, we can do this. Okay, this is what Claire and he did. Yeah, no. So y'all know that for those that know me, for those that know me, I have to tell you, I stopped living a lifetime life, and I live in reality now because ain't nobody over here writing the scripts for Mr. McCoy. Ain't nobody writing the scripts for my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. Nobody's writing the scripts so that we can all show up in our like, oh yeah, okay, well we did that. Oh, that we fussed about that. Oh yeah. And then before the show is over, we're all loving on each other. No. This is reality. That crap happens. It takes years for some things to heal and come together, and it takes time. That is why it is very important to connect with yourself, emotional intelligence. And some people say emotional and intelligence, they don't go together. Yeah, they do. Because most of the time we're driven by our emotions. We want what we want, and we want it now. We're a 2-year old in the grocery store kicking and screaming, and because your mama said, no, you can't have no candy. You're in the middle of the aisle and everybody's watching, and your mama's still saying no because she don't care. She said no and she's sticking to it. She don't care how much you kick and scream. So emotions. Now the intelligence is the mama just not giving in to your tantrum. So in life, that's kind of like what God does to us. I'm not giving in. I said no, and I'm just not giving it to you because I know what the future holds. It's going to be for your betterment right here. So you had to go through this, you had to go through that. It's for where you are right now. You're a stronger person for you where you are right now. So when somebody says something crazy to you, you are more mature than they are because you're working on yourself, right? Self control, emotional intelligence. It brings you peace. Okay, Karen, this painting is giving me a relaxing feeling like I'm on the beach. Oh, I could see that. So, Bernadette, let me tell you, I spilled my water. I was reaching to get the brush and the water spilled out on the desk. And so I took these papers, which is 140-pound watercolor paper, and I got the water up. And so we used the water, which is why you got some burst. I mean, it did say color splash background. I couldn't have planned that no better for that water to fall over. Look at that. And I'm gonna probably, oh, look, I got it. Moreno, turtles. We can put turtles in the water. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, let's go back. Let me go back. Okay, Denzel in anything really. So Alicia, did you like training day? The Equalizer. I like Equalizer. John Q. John Q made me mad because it was about the system. The Equalizer movies. Yeah, I like that. I grew up watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Oprah after school. Some Coy's joined alive. Okay. Eddie Murphy, Trading Places, Coming to America. Yes. I like the old one better. Oh, Mr. Church. Zal, we can watch TV together. If you like Mr. Church, we are TV buddies. And that was really good. Oh, he did really good in the movie he did about Dolomite. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Rudy Ray. Yeah. For Denzel, I love the Pelican Brief, yes, and the Bone Collector. Oh, the Book of Eli. Now, the Book of Eli, I feel like I need to pull that one back up, especially after the conversation with Shamari and I had yesterday. I might need to pull the Book of Eli back up. Enjoy Johnny Depp. Yep, yep. Okay, we got Rush Hour with Chris Tucker. Yes. Don't you ever touch a black man's radio. Ever. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I love documentaries. Yes. But documentaries, I have to be in the mood for. Gotta be in the mood for. Alicia, don't look at Training Day. Don't look at it. Just trust me. Don't look at it. Because if you love everything Denzel, don't look at it. I even like Denzel in um American Gangster. But Training Day, oh my God, I did not like him. Oh, Shrek. Oh, Boomerang. Yes. Morgan Freeman, yes, Morgan Freeman is great. Shawshank Redemption. How can we have not put Shawshank Redemption in there? Eddie has been lurking. Eddie been painting, y'all. Eddie said, "Oh, the Green Mile." Oh, listen, y'all gonna have me to just go and get my popcorn and get my water and just cut the TV on. Cause believe me, I have all these on CDs, DVDs, and I got a DVD player. That was Chris was like, bring DVDs. We can look at DVDs next time. Okay. I'll avoid Training Day. He is a really, really okay. Everybody in the chat that have seen Training Day, give us your take on Training Day. I mean, because that's the one where he won. Didn't he win the thing for that one? I mean, he was different. Oh, I love Mrs. Doubtfire. Jumanji. I don't. Robin Williams, Goodwill Hunting. Yes. Will Smith is great drama and action. Yeah, we love Bad Boys. We love all Bad Boys. Listen, Barb, you know it. I feel like we're gonna have to do a playlist. We're gonna have to do a playlist. See, Ava Lee says she did not like Training Day. Barb says Training Day to me just showed his range skills of being an actor. Hey, if you've not seen Training Day, he takes it to another level. Mr. McCoy loved Training Day, but that means he don't really look at Denzel the way I do. So I didn't like it at all. At all. I just thought I mean, but his range, yes, okay, it did, but I didn't like it. I'm just sitting up here now thinking about it. I just let me think of something else. Let me think of Morgan Freeman and Driving Miss Daisy. Now, Miss Daisy, now I needs a job and you needs a chauffeur. Why don't we just keep it at that? Did you get the car check? Did you get the car check? Yes, I got the car check. I got the air condition check. I don't know why you don't never allow me to cut it on. Miss Daisy, did I ever tell you about the first time I left Georgia? No, when was that? Just a minute, just a few minutes ago. And I'm here to tell you now, Miss Daisy, Alabama, it ain't looking all that different. See, that's kind of stuff that makes me happy. Oh, Rocky. So Alicia, Crystal, and William, they were looking at Rocky Saturday. I think it was Saturday. They were looking at Rocky. I exited stage left and went to bed. I ain't gonna stop you from looking at what you want to look at. I just won't, I just won't look at it. All that beating up, it just don't bring me joy. Even though it's still on TV, it still bothers with my spear. It's just, it's the trigger. Wait until exhale. How Stella got a groove back. We could talk about how Stella got a groove back, but we won't. I mean, that was before Mr. McCoy, way before Mr. McCoy, as a matter of fact. But Stella got a groove back. Eddie Murphy, Shrek, Denzel, maybe Pelham 1, 2, 3. Now that was a good movie with what's his name? Grease. What's his name? Y'all know him. I did like Pelham 1, 2, 3. I did. That was a good movie. Okay, we got that one. We're gonna let that dry. Now we're gonna put what are we gonna put up here? Let's see what a color. Let's put yellow up there. Yellow, yellow, kiss a fellow. John Travolta. That was him. I like him as an actor. I liked him. Was it Face Off? I think it was Face Off that he played in that movie. That was a tricked out movie. I couldn't figure that one out. And I liked it because I couldn't figure it out. Remember, I told you I like movies that I can't figure out how the ending's going to go. Oh, and Steven Seagal, old school. We like Steven Seagal. We love Steven Seagal movies. And what's the other man? Sean Connery. Love me some Sean Connery. Yeah, Face Off was very, very good. John Travolta is he's aging kind of well too. The Bodyguard. Yes, we cannot forget Whitney. And he's my husband in my dreams. Um, yeah, that man. I liked him in that other movie too. As y'all know, I like me some Richard Gere and Matthew McConaughey and oh Lord, why can't I think of that man's name? Kevin Costner. Yes, look at the ladies. They know. But Richard Gere, oh, so Pretty Woman. We love Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman. I'm going to look at Pretty Woman at least once a month. What's your dream? What's your dream? Everybody has a dream. I'm surprised, Bart. Maybe one of y'all put it up there and I didn't see it, but Field of Dreams. Yes, we love us some Kevin Costner. But the one movie I didn't like Kevin Costner in is Message in the Bottle. That was so freaking sad. That was just too sad. I was just like, oh. And then I like Kevin Costner in what's the movie he played in? The Guardian. I liked him in that one, but that one was sad too. So most of the movies that make me sad, guys, I don't look at them. Like if they're on TV, I might watch them and kind of don't watch them, but not so much. Oh, Brad Pitt. We love the Ocean's 11. We love all of the Ocean's 11. Matthew McConaughey in any role. You can give me Matthew any day. I'm cool with that. A lot of the current leading male actors have a lot to be desired. Yeah, Dances with Wolves. Zippy, that's it. Dances with Wolves. I love that movie. Okay, let's get us we're gonna put some butterflies in the skies. We're gonna put some turtles in the water. Turtles. We're gonna put turtles right there. We're gonna put turtles wherever we want them. We got some birds. Let's put some birds in the sky. Where's my bird? Where's my bird? A bird, a bird, a birds. Where are you? Oh, we got this. What's this? What's that? Oh, Thelma and Louise. Yes. Um, no, let's do that one. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. I want my bird. I had my bird right here. Where's my bird? Well, I thought I did. I feel like it's looking at me. Up, see, there it is. There it is. Dances with Wolves was a good movie. Now, back in the day, like when we go back and talk about the old, I like The Rifleman. Y'all look at how movies were back then and how they are now. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's stamp these out because it's after 12 o'clock and I feel like today is Thursday. It's just something going on because don't know everybody's schedule during the day except I just made sure I was opposite of PMR Studios because I need to be in the chat. Best chat in town. I'm just saying. Oh, Meet Joe Black. That was a good movie. That was a good movie. Buddy fell in love with that girl. Turtles, turtles, turtles. Oh, and Kevin Hart played in this other movie where he was a dad and his wife died in childbirth, died after childbirth. That was a good movie. Very sad, but a good movie. I wasn't a fan of The Matrix. Of course, cult movies. Of course, cult movies. 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, Weird Science, Ferris Bueller Day Off. Is that supposed to mean something else? Yeah, those are all my times right there. I actually want to see that Kevin Hart movie. It was a good movie, even though it was like sad well, I'm not gonna say, but Azal, it was a good movie. I would watch it. Um Uncle Buck with John Candy. We can show that. Oh, hold on. Oh Lord, I don't have my thing. Will it let me do it over here? Yeah, there you go. That one, look, Alicia, that one was kind of borderline what some of the trigger words that my YouTube say no, we can't put in the chat. So I approved it. But yeah, that was a good one. I like John Candy too. Yes, that's what the name of it is. Fatherhood. It was a good movie. Central Intelligence. I like that. Yeah, we definitely gonna have a movie cult classics are movies with a devoted fan. Oh, that's what that means. Thank you, Darcy, because you heard me, didn't you? It's like, wait, what is that? Thank you, Darcy. Darcy keep me up on things. It's either her or Mariah. Because sometimes I'd be like, what in the world? And then Mariah had to send me a text because that's how raunchy it gets sometime over here. Be like, I don't understand what that means. What does that mean? And you always gotta have somebody to keep you up. Keep people in your life that keep you up. Know so that you don't be out here in the street looking like saying stuff. Because y'all remember when I told y'all I was in the fourth grade and the little girl told me to go over there and tell the PE teacher that she was a SOB. And then the other girl said, well, call her the C word. And I was just like, well, what's that? She's like, it's cool. She'll like it. Went over there and said that, man, I got in trouble. Learned that day. Don't understand. But I've also learned, and Cookie Wookie's not here, but if you're looking into new movies, there's a new movie out with J Lo. It's called, is it called The Office? I think it's called The Office. Office Romance. It's a good movie. And I wanted to know if what he's saying about the C word is true. Because I didn't know. I think it's a bad word here in America, but he says on there it's not a bad word. And he just keeps saying it. Rude. How dare they trick you like that? Well, that's what happens when yeah, C word clever. I wish that was the word, Eddie. And as a matter of fact, the young lady, because that was here in Alabama, the young lady who told me, I saw her about 2 weeks ago and we laughed about it. But I told her, I said, you know what? Listening, looking at right now and thinking back to that, I got a little triggered. I think we just don't need to talk about it. It's still funny to you, but it wasn't funny to me. But you got to have people in your life that just are there to protect you, not to put you out there to get you in trouble. And that's all it was. She wanted to get me in trouble. And she did. I got in trouble in school. I got in trouble at home. I got in trouble. But you can best believe I'll never call nobody that again. As an adult, I still don't call nobody that. And then there's the other thing when somebody said something about that, inviting people to your backside. I don't do that one either. That says the worst thing you can do is invite somebody to your backside. You know, y'all know what I'm saying. It's like, nope, don't invite nobody back there. Meaning, don't tell them to, you know. And I was like, why? He's like that and spitting on you spitting on somebody. Those are the two worst things you can do. And I was like, okay. I mean, but I was young. But now that I'm adult, well, now that once I got older, I understood that when you told somebody that, and it was usually fighting words, it's just like your mama, and then kiss, and then just like next thing you know, they were throwing blows. It's just like, oh my Lord, okay, my daddy was right about that. He used to be right about some things. Some things you'd be like, man, what you talking about? Oh, that is very much so beautiful. Oh, look at the turtles. Look at the turtles. Oh, I don't want it on that one. That's the wrong color. And then we're gonna stamp on it. We'll do something on this one. I don't know what, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh, wedding planner made it. Oh, yes. Yes. And we go down J Lo now. We're gonna hit a lot of them on J Lo. She is good. I like her. Yes. Oh, and then what's the other one? Not J Lo. She was a singer. She played with the man that played in Wedding Crashers. I don't know his name. He got that funny looking nose. Marry Me. Marry Me. That's what it is. Marry Me. That's a good movie. Love that one. I've seen that one a lot. Not enough that I downloaded it. I didn't like it enough. This is when I really, really like movies when I download them. But it was a good movie. I like Marry Me. Monster in Law, that was a little triggering. You know, some things that trigger, I'll watch and be like, that crap ain't funny. Yeah, but it was funny, but it wasn't funny. And this is why this is why I say you gotta take care of your mental. You gotta take care of your own capacity of what you can do. Because somebody like y'all, like, Paula K put in Monster in Law, and I'm just like, yeah, no, that wasn't funny. Because she was just rude. And then Jump in the Broom was another one. I can't look at that one. Well, I probably can now. I might need to put these movies back on because why? We're taking care of our emotional intelligence over here. We're in a different place. I can look at it now. Paul, okay, you know what? I'll look it up. I'll pull it up and I'll give you an update on how it worked because it's been a mighty long time since I've seen it. And how many of you on here look at what's her name? J Lo, not J Lo. Um Will Smith wife, Jada. Jada and her mama on the Red Table Talk. They have some good conversations on there. They had one the other day that I was just like, huh. So y'all did have some drama on the back. Y'all was out here making it look like y'all was doing this thing with no problems. And people like me was like, why isn't it working for me? No, it ain't got nothing to do with money. Kids are kids. Why we can't just get along? That was just always my answer. Why can't we just get along? All right, we got these. So I'm a wall. And if you don't know what wine is, over at PM Artist Studio, they call this wine, getting a heating tool and embossing it. But I want to go on and put all of them on at one time. So I'm going to do this one. And we're going to use this ink. Owen Wilson, that's his name. Oh, Private Benjamin. Oh my God. Oh, and what's the other movie she played in? Overboard. Overboard. That was a good movie. Now I have Overboard on DVD. I'm gonna take a picture of my DVDs collection and put it and let y'all see that I will be having. Oh my God, Tom Hanks. Yes. Love me some Tom Hanks. What's Tom Hanks was on what's that other movie where he got marooned on the island? Bosom Buddies. Tom Hanks TV show Bosom Buddies. Do I remember that? Hold on, I gotta think about that one. I like Cheers. You talk about TV shows now. I like Cheers. Cheers and Friends. Castaway. Yes, that's it. Castaway. Yeah, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. That was it. Chi-Town in the house. Now y'all know what she sound like when she say, "Hey, hey, hey, everybody." Y'all know what that sounds like. So make sure you hear it in your volume. Chi-Town, what you doing? You at work? Wait a minute. What time is it? Wait, let's put this one. We're gonna kind of. We just look. Just stamp it, girl. Just don't worry about the directions of it. Just put some on the paper. That's all we're doing. Stop stressing over it. Boom, boom. There it is. Still okay. Show. Why are we? I ain't got no. Okay. Why was it holding back? You have to know bosom buddies, Karen. They dressed up as women as they could get an apartment. Oh yes, yes. Wait a minute. Yes. Wait, is that Tom Hanks? I wait a minute. I know what you're talking about with Mr. Roker, with Mrs. Roker. Oh, I still look at Matlock. Matlock is still on every time it comes on. I got Matlock. Yes, but I thought bosom buddies. I didn't know that. Wait, no, that's Three's Company. I'm thinking about Three's Company. I know which one you're talking about. I got it. I got it. Yeah, not Three's Company. That's the wrong one. Got it. Got it. Yes, got it. You know, in these TV shows, they have them where now when you go to the old channels, if you got the cable and stuff, they have these old shows that are still on. Oh, Columbo. So listen, check this out. So when my daughter passed, right? Um, it's kind of funny now. I was at the house and and they were like, well, we got to get a search warrant, before we can go in. I was like, well, go in. It's like, no, we have to get a search warrant. I was like, oh, fine. So it was like 3 hours have gone by, and here we are still waiting. This happened in the afternoon, and it's like, 7, 8 o'clock at night at this point. And I'm like, what's taking so long? And then I said, it doesn't take that long when they're doing it on what's that TV show? Um the one LA, not LA, what is it? Law and Order. I said, don't take this long on Law and Order. And so my friend who was with me, he was like, Karen, this is not TV, but it's good you got a little joke. I'm not joking. It doesn't take that long. Why does it take so long? But that's where I was in the moment, just trying to not be in the moment, just kind of get myself through it. But when I think about it now, it's just like you look at stuff we look at, and it does shape your thought process. And then when you get in that situation, you just be like, well, wait a minute, why isn't this working like it does on TV? So that's why I had to get out of the TVs and stop looking at a lot of TV, which was actually the time I went back to school and got my master's in counseling, because I was just like, yo, we need to get out of my head. I need to get out of my head. It's like there are people living in my head rent free. And they going on about their life, and I'm still back here hurting from the things that were said. Just like, no, 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 no. Let's get out. Let's get out. And that's the best thing I could have ever done to myself. So sometimes I feel like um when I used to be in TV like that, I just wasn't in reality. This is just me. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm just talking about me. And so now, if I feel like I'm looking at too much TV, I will look at old stuff, or I'll go pick up a book, or I listen to music, or I go jump on the tractor, you know, because sometimes things just make you. You be trying to figure out why people like, why'd you just say that? That's not what they said in my storyline. Did you not get you didn't get didn't they send you the castings and the script? You didn't get the script, what you supposed to say? Yeah, we had to get out of that. I personally had to get out of that. Might not be for everybody. It was for me. That's just Karen. But y'all know I'm over here and being transparent because that's my life. And that's why I sit over here and share my journey of how I literally live a life every single day through the grief of the things that have happened. Because remember, grief is not just the loss of me losing children. Grief is, situations that I've had to grieve. I don't think I grieved my divorce, but I mean, somewhere down the line, my counselor said I did. And I was like, okay, if you say so. I just thought it was release from a situation that just wasn't serving me. But I guess it was a form of grief too, right? You have to grieve different parts of your life. You get older. Like I ain't 20 no more. So, but I'm not grieving the 20-year-old Karen. I'm not. But looking at where I am now in life is like, girl, what was that wisdom then? Or here's the other thing. You ever have conversation with people and they say something and then you don't say nothing, or either you just kind of be like, yeah, okay. And then you like years later be like, I should have said this or I should have said that. Or you walk out of the room, you be like, I should have just slapped him. Y'all ever have that happen? I'm the only one, right? Oh, I love Grissom from CSI. And I like NCIS too. NCIS is one of the crime shows that I could look at now because I've seen it. And so I don't look at it. It doesn't bother me to look at it. Yeah, I like CSI. Outlander. The original was right. Okay. And then Tom Cruise. Yes. Tom Cruise. Hello, Azalea, is that you back? I was Mrs. Roper for a few Halloweens. Perry Mason. I didn't like Perry Mason. I like Columbo, but I really did. Oh my God. Eddie put Laverne and Shirley. Yes, Laverne and Shirley. And then okay, so this how it used to be. It used to be the Waltons, then Laverne and Shirley, or either the Fonz. Happy Days. That used to come on in that, and then in the evening would be Little House on the Prairie. I think that's how it was, but they were like come the same kind of days. I'm hollering at Karen. It was a release, no grief from your divorce, but since your counselor says it was, well, Crystal, you laughing because you know. That's why you laughing. Because it's like they don't know. You know, like you know no, you know. I like CSI with Grissom. Yeah. So is Grissom back on CSI? I don't look at none of that no more. SVU SVU is too emotional because they usually have it on based on a crime. It usually centered around. We seeming a lot of things similar. Yeah. I mean Zal, me, you, Eddie, all of us kind of came up in the time when that's what we looked at. I mean, it wasn't like it was a lot of options like they have now. They got a lot of things you can look at. So much so, it's just like, whoa. Like now, they got reality shows. There is no way in Grizzly Adams, yes. There's no way in the world I would do a reality show. No, thank you. Not because I just couldn't or wouldn't want to. I just don't feel like I would want to open up. I feel like right here on YouTube, this is real enough. This is close as it is. Because Mr. McCoy, when he come in the studio, I have if y'all could see the look I have on my face, be like, the only time I'm gonna give him grace is this month. Because he probably ain't looked at the thumbnails to see what time it is. Hearing you wouldn't go. No, I wouldn't go on Love Island. And I haven't even looked at Love Island. The only reason I know what you're talking about with Love Island is because of Libby with her daughter looks at Love Island. That's the only reason I know what you're talking about, Eddie. Not going on. And when I need to kind of give myself a whole lot of grace about my own personal life, I'll look at Atlanta Housewives. Be like, see, And I'm here in the streets putting my business out there like that. But no, I don't want to go on a TV show. YouTube is the closest you're going to get into my house. And right here on the channel is the closest you're going to get about me sharing. No, thank you. Oh, and so Michael Weatherly, you know that other show he has, Bull. That's a good show. The spinoff because he got off of there because they were, he said they were tripping. But he got his own show, Bull. Bull was good. Those people, they have no shame, Eddie. No. I've heard about it. And like you got love and hip hop, all this stuff now. I'm just like, no, thank you. Oh, and I used to like Touched by an Angel. I still look at that on the throwback channel. Krista, I was looking at Love Boat yesterday while you playing. The plane, the plane, not Fantasy Island, Fantasy Island, Fantasy Island. Then Fantasy Island, I think, came on Thursday night. Friday night was JR. And then after JR was Falcon Crest. Y'all remember Falcon Crest? Hawaii 5 0, yes. And Dynasty. I'm hungry. Oh, Knots Landing, yes. But I don't know what I want to eat. I need to call the doctor, see if I need to fast. Because I go to the doctor tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be on at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Dallas, Falcon Crest, and Dynasty. Yes, those were the first real, like, show up women that Diane Carroll, what was that? What was the other lady? Wasn't she the Reagan lady that played the mother or the grandmother on Falcon Crest? This is great. We had 5 channels, 3 main ones, 2 that sometimes came in. Look, Alicia, when we got cable, it had that box where you just slid the thing down until you get to your channel. And then if you were the one that didn't have cable, for a while, I was the one that didn't have cable. I was still working with the rabbit ears. We didn't have it, we couldn't afford it. I remember my grandmama fussing about the times and how time was moving. And now I find myself fussing and complaining about time. Like, look, we're sitting up here being very nostalgic about time. Time waits on no man. As we were talking yesterday, we're living in the land. We're living in the times, the last days. It's time to pay attention, to wake up and pay attention to things that are going on. We're in the world, but we're not of the world. Oh, chips. I think Eric Estrada was my first, where I looked outside and was just like, wait a minute. He's not black, but he's handsome. I think that was the first time I allowed myself to say it out loud. So you gotta keep in mind the time I grew up in. And then, like when Roots came out, I couldn't look at Roots. They wouldn't let me look at Roots. And years later, when I finally looked at it, I was like mad as hell. I was like, now I see why they didn't let me look at that when I was younger. At least I got a little bit more self control. That one had me where you had Chicken George and yeah. But it was history. It was part of my life that I needed to learn. But my mom and my grandma was like, no, you can't look at it. It's like, whoa. So I had to binge it. Once I got older, I think I was in high school when I finally saw Rick. Battlestar Galactica. Oh man, she went that hee haw and bing. Carol Burnett. Yeah, well, Carol Burnett is still, they have that on the old channel. She did Tarzan. So I look at when I grew up, the most of a controversy show was Roots that kind of caused things, but and then Mississippi Burning, that was another one, but I was grown then, but it's still I was still young, but I was grown. So you gotta keep in mind, first time I got married, I was 18. I was still shouldn't have been saying I do to nobody. Oh, Bewitched. Love Bewitched. Still watch Carol Burnett sometimes. That one was hilarious. She still is hilarious. So I think we're good on I think we got it all. Look at that's gonna make a beautiful background. I like that Dream of Genie. Look at that. That turned out great. Y'all trust the process. Trust the process in life. Look, thank y'all. We did a good one. I enjoyed going down memory lane with y'all. The Beverly Hillbillies. I was looking at the Beverly Hillbillies yesterday. They're still on. So I looked, as a matter of fact, it's that channel that I saw. Good Times was on. Yep. I look at Good Times. So some of the stuff that's older, and then I look at how TV has changed. Smokey and the Bandit. Man, yes. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Did I do them all? I think I did them all. We got turtles and things. Look how we turn those background, those splashes into something very much so beautiful. Look at that. That's just yummy. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's on Me TV. Yes, that's it, Zal. That's it. They're on Me TV. And wait a minute, did I get that one? I feel like I didn't get that. Wait, and there's another channel that we get here. I'll have to see what it is and I'll email it to you. I don't know, but it was one that Crystal was looking at when she was here. And I don't look at a lot of TV anymore, but it was a channel that had a lot of like Moesha, it had a lot of black shows on it. And I was like, huh. It depends on what time. Then they go from one time to another and then go to another. And like I said, Love Boat was on yesterday. And Love Boat. And then what did I look at after Love Boat? Can't remember. Sister, sister. Oh, Facts of Life. All in the Family. Where we're moving on up. That was it. Look at times. Times have changed. Times have changed. Let me tell y'all something. That's why, because I started out in the beginning saying that's why God is my co pilot. I live my life as God being my co pilot, telling me what to do, not me telling him what to do. Because in life, all my times of trying to do things my way, majority of the time, sometimes it has really made me sit back and be like, I see why God said no. I see why he said, leave it alone, it'll resolve itself, or don't say anything, right? And remember, if you're here today and you kind of scrolled over because you saw World Watercolor Month 2026, you're not here by accident. All of this going down memory lane we just did, there is still a purpose for it. It needed to just kind of make you have joy. Like if you had joy, like if you receive joy right now, just for all of the things that they're putting in the chat, just put, oh, I got my joy. I'm good. Whatever you want to put on there, just put it in, because that is why I show up over here in the studio, is because I want to remind you every single day, no matter what's going on in life, because at the end of the day, for me, God sees the whole journey, not just the moment that I'm standing in right now, not just when I woke up this morning. And most of the time, he often sees the pain and the confusion that we're going through. He knows the unanswered questions. He knows what the road is in front of us. We don't know, right? The sorrows that happens, God gets the final word. Life can bring heartbreak. Trust me, I know. It can bring betrayal. It can be weary sometimes, but this land is not free from sorrow, but God gives us the strength every single day. He wakes us up to keep walking through it, right? Hope. That's what I want you to have. I want you to find your hope. I want you to slap paint on paper so that you can know hope is not pretending everything is fine. So as you slap the paint on the paper, even when the water fell over, I still found hope in using that water to create these three beautiful backgrounds. They weren't even in the show. And then they showed up. But that's sometimes what hope is saying. Hope is saying, listen, I'm hurting right now, but I still believe in me. I'm still going to show up. I'm still here. Hope is the anchor that keeps your heart from drifting when life gets heavy. So I want y'all to get y'all some hope. You know what? Get you some. Get you some. And when I decided to let God be my pilot and I kind of not even be the co-pilot, I just, might need somebody else to do it. I can't control some things in my life, right? I let go control. And some of us need to surrender control. Some of us need to know that we can't control everything that goes on around us, right? And have faith that God has got you in the storm. Faith does not mean there will be no storms, but a life with God does mean that the skies will clear up some days. They're going to be cloudy, there're going to be some storms, the lights are going to go off sometimes, but the storms will kind of sway you, but they won't shake you. That's what the faith in God is. And God leads us through, not just around the storms. He's there. I don't climb mountains anymore. I just know that God is going to give me the strength to sit in the valley until that mountain decides that either it's not an obstacle no more, and next thing you know, I'm on the top of it. But the journey sometimes can be painful, but it doesn't mean that it's pointless. You can grieve and still believe. Take it from me. I do. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all. Now I gotta go get me something to eat. I do. I do. And I want to leave you with my favorite, one of my favorite, because I got a lot of favorite scriptures. But in this world, you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Jesus told us sorrow would exist, but he also gave us the promise of victory. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you later. Oh, we'll be over at PMR Studio at 3 o'clock. And we'll. Bye.